John Wayne Gacy was born in 1942 in the city of Chicago, USA. His name was inspired by John Wayne, a symbol of masculinity in Hollywood films. However, Gacy never lived up to his name. His confusion about gender grew as his father criticized him daily, calling him a sissy. A's father was an alcoholic who couldn't accept that his son was overweight, uninterested in sports, and occasionally wore his mother's underwear. The insults and belittlement from his father often came with brutal beatings in the basement, a place where even Gacy's mother suffered violence for many years. His childhood, already ruined by domestic abuse, became even more tragic when Gacy was alienated by peers due to a heart condition. Although he had no one to confide in, Gacy realized early on that he was attracted to people of the same sex. He admitted going through a deeply confusing and painful time due to his unusual sexual orientation. The evil inside Gacy began to awaken after he himself became a victim of sexual assault. At the age of 5, while visiting a neighbor's home with his mother, Gacy was fondled by a 15-year-old girl in an empty room. At 8, he was again abused and assaulted by a man over 30 years old, a friend of his father. Haunted by the nightmares of his childhood, Gacy tried every day to escape the darkness. In 1963, he graduated from college and began working at a company in the city. His friendly personality and strong work ethic helped him form close relationships with colleagues and quickly rise through the ranks. In 1964, Gacy got married. He and his wife became the ideal couple, enjoying a prosperous and comfortable life. His way of interacting with local children while dressed as a clown earned him the affection of the entire community. Actively involved in social and charitable activities, Gacy gradually revealed his homosexual tendencies and began showing disturbing interest in young boys. Perverse thoughts started to form as he practiced using the disguise of a cheerful clown to approach minors. He got closer to his wicked intentions by transforming his basement into a hangout space filled with pornographic materials, books, magazines, and films. After getting curious and playful boys drunk and rendering them unable to resist, the clown, Gacy, would begin sexually assaulting them with ease. The peaceful marriage and his image as a model citizen didn't last long. In 1968, Gacy was arrested for the first time when his plan to intoxicate and rape a coworker's son was uncovered. Though sentenced to 10 years in prison, Gacy was released after just 18 months due to good behavior. Though he had a perverse sexual attraction to young boys, Gacy had never thought about murder, until he met Timothy, his first victim. One night, 16-year-old Timothy missed his bus, and Gacy offered to take him home, promising a light meal and a warm place to sleep. Things initially went well. The next morning, Timothy prepared breakfast to thank Gacy for his kindness. However, when the boy appeared at Gacy's bedroom door with a knife, the killer's violent memories resurfaced, and he believed Timothy wanted to kill him. Disturbed by childhood trauma and driven by twisted thoughts, Gacy chased Timothy down, grabbed the knife, and stabbed the boy to death. After learning that Timothy had only wanted to thank him, Gacy felt no remorse. Instead, he discovered a craving for murder. From that moment, Gacy's satisfaction no longer came from sex, it came from killing. The demon within him had awakened. Based on witness testimony, the police searched Gacy's house once again. There, they discovered a door leading to a basement filled with scattered bone fragments in lime powder and a stench of decomposing bodies. Investigators also found that Gacy had previously hired workers to dig pits beneath the basement to facilitate his crimes. As more evidence came to light, Gacy began to display strange behavior. He broke down, trembled uncontrollably, and repeatedly muttered about having killed more than 30 people. After being taken into custody, he confessed, admitting to killing between 33 and 45 people, though he claimed he couldn't remember the exact number because it was too many. Gacy even treated the murders as accomplishments. He drew detailed maps for the police to locate the victims' bodies in the basement. Additionally, the killer clown confessed to dumping 4 bodies in a nearby river after the basement became too crowded. In his confession, Gacy showed no remorse or fear about what he had done. He admitted to investigators that he often kept the victims' bodies on his bed or in the attic until he lost interest, then he would move them to the basement for burial. According to Gacy, the most important moment in his killing process was when the prey was handcuffed. That's when the game ended. Some victims died from suffocation, their cries stifled with socks or rags. Others, mostly teenage boys, died brutally and were dismembered after enduring torture. To this day, authorities have yet to identify 6 of the victims. In February 1980, Gacy was tried again at the Cook County Criminal Court in Chicago and sentenced to death. Over the following 14 years, the killer clown filed multiple appeals from prison, but all of them were rejected. Killer clown, John Wayne Gacy, remains one of America's darkest nightmares.